Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we've got a team that's been great at defending the pass. The Browns are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Packers, who will need to solve that secondary.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Try to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. They go play action here on 1st down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets them 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game. And
he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So it'll be first down here after the run. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him. And some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On second down, here's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet at the 47-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now on to kick it away, the rookie from Miami, Justin Vogel, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. They go with Murray again. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They'll throw here. Kaiser, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It got his man, complete. He's at the 40, past the 20, and finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. And it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Working from the gun. Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the best rivalries going. We'll have the Ravens and Steelers for you at 8:30 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday night, another divisional matchup. This time it's the Pats heading down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Nice twofer there.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. In trouble here, and down he goes. goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Montravius Adams in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man. The first sack of his NFL career. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 43. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And now the Packers get set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The number 1 overall pick, Myles Garrett. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Kaiser now to throw on 1st down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
David Njoku was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game. Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Kaiser on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 1:57 to go in this first half. More from Cleveland after this. 2nd down and 4. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Looking downfield for... He's got a man. Complete. That one goes for 36 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I think many people thought Ty Montgomery would automatically go back to being a wide receiver this year, but it appears he's going to stay at running back. I know they drafted Jamal Williams from BYU, but Montgomery proving his worth.
And he proved it, proved it last year. 5.4 yards per carry, 4th best in the league. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Packers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. This one from 48 yards away. Throwing, Hundley. And he's got Bennett. Touchdown, Packers. Martellus Bennett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And the Browns getting set to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now Kaiser dancing to his left. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And now it's second down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. On second down, Kaiser again. He finds an opening past the 40. That's Njoku over the middle. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Meanwhile, a second quarter score from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. Space to maneuver at the 40. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and it certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jamie Collins coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Rodgers looking to throw on second down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain of 32 that time. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Second down following the run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Packers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's in. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And some room to maneuver. A fancy run. Latavius Murray. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Latavius Murray, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. The slot man in motion right. Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Draw play, Rodgers to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And Adams has it complete. They got 29 yards there. And it'll be a Green Bay first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A gain of 3, second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Rodgers to throw on second down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And now running right through it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And great effort. I mean, does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
Kaiser now after the fumble recovery. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. From the gun, Kaiser eluding the pressure right. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
On third down, Kaiser. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Second down following the incompletion. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Rodgers will try again on second down. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now Rodgers looking to throw on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team?
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Tenth carry of the game now, Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Kaiser to throw it. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The Browns on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run here. It's Murray. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Kaiser to throw for it on 4th. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. To throw on second down. Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. And that will cut this lead down to 13. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. On first down, Murray. And some space here. Murray with a nice move. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A toss to Murray. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. To throw is Kaiser. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Kaiser here looking to throw it. Being chased out left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Devon House. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Buying time to his left. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're throwing here. Kaiser. Now he's flushed out right. Now he's going to send this one deep right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 9-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. The quick slant caught. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Forced out to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Kaiser yet again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Again, it's Kaiser. Steps away to his left. And he's got it. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Browns, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.